we're able to go live today. Yes, we are.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure I have my support.
I know, huh? Look, that's crazy how we be like, we be complimenting each other. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. We're here, we're back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey Dad, good to see you. Hey Mom, good to see you. Shalom family, good to see you. Shabbat Shalom Eve, right? All right, so while she's sending off the link, I'm going to go ahead and read Jubilees 2 and 18 because as you guys know, every 6th day we just kind of like to bring your attention to the fact that we will be under an open heaven and how special that is. And so I'm going to read that.
Yes, ma'am.
So Jubilees 2 and 18, I always like to read it like a love letter, okay? Listen, he be intentional. I read it how he want me to read it. Read it, okay. And he gave us a great sign, the Sabbath, that we should work 6 days, but guard the Sabbath on the 7th day from all work. And all the angels of the presence and all the angels of sanctification, these 2 great classes he has bidden us to guard the Sabbath with him in heaven and on earth. And I said unto us, behold, I will separate unto myself a people from amongst all the peoples, and these shall guard the Sabbath. And I will sanctify them unto myself as my people, and will bless them, as I have sanctified the Sabbath, and do sanctify it unto myself. Even so will I bless them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their Elohim. And I have chosen the seed of Yaakov or Jacob from amongst all that I have seen, and have written him down as my firstborn son, and have sanctified him unto myself forever and ever. And I will teach them the Sabbath, that they may guard the Sabbath thereon from all work. And thus he created therein a sign in accordance with which they should guard the Sabbath with us on the 7th day, to eat and to drink, and to bless him who has created all things, as he has blessed and sanctified unto himself a peculiar people above all peoples, and that they should guard the Sabbath together with us. Amen.
Hallelujah. I like that too. It's just something about it. Like
I love that.
Special invitation.
It is. And I just love the fact, in my mind, every time when I read it, in my mind, I'm just having somebody, I can picture somebody writing it out. Mm-hmm. And so I read it like that.
You are invited to.
Yes, exactly. So welcome again. If you don't know, for those that are watching and not in the chat, I'm Bonnie G, in the place to be. Hey. And this is none other than Auntie Shelly on the beat. But that's right. Y'all know we don't even do that for ourselves, but we do it for the community. Hashtag we are truly community minded. All right. Before we dive into the 72nd chapter of Enoch, we're going to dive into a word of prayer. Okay. Father, Yah, we thank you for allowing us to be here another 6th day. Allow us to make it this far. Yeah. The days came so fast, though. It was more like we were here 2 days and bam, Shabbat is tomorrow. But I thank you, because whether it was 2 days or 3 days, you've allowed us to open up our eyes this morning and breath in our body. So we thank you for that. I pray that you will be with us. You said where 2 or 3 are gathered in your name, you will be in the midst of us, Father. So I pray that you will be in the midst of our reading, and that you will reveal yourself to your people, to us, Father, and that you will give us the right understanding and help us to understand your word in the right context, and help us to see what it is you want us to pull out of our ancestors' history. And so I just thank you, our history. I thank you. We praise you. We worship you in obedience. In Yahushua HaMashiach's name we pray. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All right. So let me switch from Jubilees to Enoch. All right. So as you know, we don't do no recap. Okay. We don't do it too much. Recap is Wednesday. Okay. Yeah. Watch that video.
I need to tell you, we talked about the sun.
Yeah.
And how the sun.
We've been on creation for a minute. Yeah. Creation been showing us what it looks like to be one.
Yes.
And to be in alignment. That's
And
what
to obey. It's teaching us obedience.
Yes. So that's your
Yes.
recap. Okay. All right. So I started on 72 and 30 something, but we're just gonna read 35.
Yes.
So yeah, so we're gonna start on 35 from chapter 72. The sun has completed its beginnings, and a second time goes around from these beginnings. Into their gate it enters for 30 days, and set in the west, in the opposite part. At that period, the night is contracted in its length a fourth part. That is one portion, and becomes 11 parts. The day is 7 parts. Then the sun returns and enters into the second gate of the east. It returns by these beginnings 30 days, rising and setting. At that period, the night is contracted in its length. It becomes 10 parts, and the day 8 parts. Then the sun goes from the second gate and sets in the west, but returns to the east and rises in the east. In the third gate, 31 days, setting in the west of heaven. At that period, the night becomes shortened. It is 9 parts, and the night is equal with the day. The year is precisely 364 days. The lengthening,
Y'all heard that right?
364 days. Okay. The lengthening of the day and night and the contraction of the day and night are made to differ from each other by the progress of the sun. By means of this progress, the day is daily lengthened, and the night greatly shortened. 364 days we are supposed to have. And we have 365. Which
saying.
Jacks us up.
Messes us up. And messed up the months. Like, why does February only have 28 days?
Right.
What are you doing here?
Which, yeah, it does, because this month is technically the first of the year.
So wait, when is it leap year? Who has an extra day?
That's February. Yep.
Oh, they go to 29.
1 year it switches from 28 to 29
to 28.
Then it goes back and forth.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so sometimes people will be like, my birthday is February 27th.
Oh, that's right, because some people were born on 29.
All right. So let's go into 45. This is the law and progress of the sun, and its turning when it's turned back. Turning 30 days. Let me go back.
Yeah.
This is the law and progress of the sun, and its turning when it turns back, turning during 60 days and going forth. This is the great everlasting luminary, that which he names the sun forever and ever. This also is that which goes forth a great luminary, and which is named after its peculiar kind, as Elohim commanded. And thus it goes in and out, neither slacking nor resting, but running on its chariot by day and night. Its light is 7 times brighter than that of the moon, but the dimensions are both equal.
So the sun and the moon are the exact same size.
Yep.
But that's not what they look at. Y'all just go Google it, look it up. You'll see they do not have it the same size. They do not. And that's why it's able to be an eclipse, because they're the same size.
True.
So they fit exactly. When they go each other, they fit exactly. You don't see one bigger than the other.
Yeah.
You never see that.
That's true.
When they came together, you would see one is bigger, like because it would fit inside it or something. But they're exactly the same size.
Wow, that's so true. Okay, 73. After this law, I beheld another law of an inferior luminary, the name of which is the moon, and the orb of which is as the orb of heaven. Its chariot secretly ascends, the wind blows, and light is given to it by measure. Every mouth at it exit and entrance it's become changed. And its periods are as the periods of the sun. And when the moon is full, its light is a seventh portion from the light of the sun. Thus it rises, and at its commencement towards the east goes forth for 30 days. At that time it appears and becomes to you the beginning of the month. 30 days. 30 days with the sun in the gate, from which the sun goes forth. Half of it is in extent 7 portions. 1. And the whole of its orb is void of light, except a seventh portion except a seventh portion out of the 14th portions of its light.
Mm-hmm.
And in a day it receives a 7 portion, or half, or of its light. Its lights, its light is by sevens, by 1 portion, and by the half. It sets with the sun, and when the sun rises, the moon rises with it, receiving half a portion of light. On that night, when it commences its period, previously to the day of the month, the moon sets with the sun. And on that night, it is dark 14 portions, that is, half, but it rises on the day with 1/7 portion precisely, and in its progress declines from the rising of the sun. During the remainder of its periods, its light increases to 14 portions.
So, okay. Whenever you see a full moon, it's supposed to be the beginning of a month. That's how you really, really know time is jacked. But notice how it's saying the sun and the moon really rise at the same time, but it's only a certain time where the sun shines a certain amount of light
on the moon.
On the moon. Now y'all still think they landed on the moon?
No.
And they ain't see no sun, didn't get hot, didn't. How you not see the sun? You landed on the moon and you don't see that they right next to each other.
Mm-mm. And in the morning, sometimes you will see the moon still in the morning with the sun. So you will still see that. Wow, this is interesting. And forgive me as I'm kind of like stumbling on my words, because as I'm reading, I'm trying to picture it too.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see it.
So I think it just was describing us the whole moon and then the half moon.
Yeah.
You know how we have a whole and a half, and then it comes that little sliver. Then
there you go.
Am I crying?
No.
Okay.
74. Then I saw another progress, or like a rotation. Then I saw another progress and a regulation, which he effected in the law of the moon. The progress of the moons and everything Uriel showed me, the holy angel who conducted them all. Wow.
So Uriel is in charge of the moon, the sun and the moon.
In all.
In all.
Their stations I wrote down as he showed them to me. I wrote down their months as they occurred, and the appearance of their light until it is completed in the 15 days. Wow. Okay. In each of its 2/7 portion, it completes all its light at rising and at setting. On stated months, it changes settings. On a stated months, it makes its progress on each. In 2, the month sets with the sun. In the 2 gates which are in the midst, in the 3rd and 4th gate. it goes forth for 7 days and makes its circuit. Again, it returns to the gate whence the sun goes forth, and in that completes the whole of its light. Then it declines from the sun and enters in the 8 days into the sixth gate from which the sun goes forth. When the sun proceeds to the fourth gate, it goes forth for 7 days until it passes from the fifth. Again, it returns in 7 days to the fourth gate, and completing all its light, declines and passes on by the first gate in 8 days, and return in the 7 days to the fourth gate, from which the sun goes forth. Thus I beheld their stations, as according to the fixed order of the months, the moon rises and sets. The sun rises and sets. At those times, there is an excessive of 30 days belonging to the sun in 5 years. All the days belonging to each year of the 5 years, when completed, amount to 364 days. And to the sun and the stars belong 6 days in each of the 5 years, 30 days belonging to them, so that the moon has 30 days less than the sun and stars. The moon brings on all the years exactly, that their station may come neither too forwards nor too backwards a single day, but that the years may be changed with correct precision in 364 days. Wow.
I know this is hard because it's hard to like picture and get it in your mind.
There's a lot of rotations going on.
Yeah, at the same time, but it's all in sync with each other. The sun and the moon, stars, all that is in sync with each other.
Wow. It's a lot to keep up. Okay.
In 3 years.
Where? Okay, I saw it.
We're in the middle of
13. In 3 years, the days are 1,092. In 5 years, they are 1,820. And in 8 years, 2,912 days. To the moon alone belong in 3 years 1,062 days. In 5 years, it has 50 days less, for an addition being made to the 62 days. In 5 years, there are 1,770 days, and the days of the moon in the 8 years are 2,832 days. For its days in 8 years are less 80 days, which 80 days are its diminution in 8 years. The year then becomes truly complete according to the station of the moon and the station of the sun, which rise in the gates, which rise and set in them for 30 days.
So Yah is defining time because he knew later on they was going to mess this up. So he's saying, because remember, there's a covenant with Adam of days. Remember, he was telling
it's a reduction of size.
He was telling Adam, I'm coming in this many days. Like, stop trying to kill yourself. You're not getting in.
550 days.
And then he kept saying the same old amount of days. He said, okay, if you don't get it, let me tell you in this many days. This is how I count time. Like, in case you wondering, and so that's why it's not a surprise that the wise men are looking up at the stars and going, it's about that time. And now we see the strange star because they knew the number of days. They hadn't jacked up the calendar yet.
Wow. All right, chapter 75 in the book of Enoch. These are the leaders of the chief of the thousands, which are over all creation and over all the stars, with the four which are added and never separated from the place allotted them, according to the complete calculation of the year. And these serve 4 days, which are not calculated in the calculation of the year. Respecting them, men greatly err. For their luminaries truly serve in the dwelling place of the world. 1 day in the first gate, one in the third gate, one in the fourth gate, and one in the sixth gate. And the harmony of the world becomes complete every every 364 state of it. For the signs, the seasons, the years, and the days Uriel showed me. And the angel whom Yahuwah of glory appointed over all the luminaries of heaven, and in the world, that they might rule in the face of the sky and appearing over the earth, become conductors of the days and nights, the sun, the moon, the star, and all the ministers of heaven, which make their circuit with all the chariots of heaven.
They riding on chariots. And I
Mhm.
wonder if these four stars that stay are the north, south, east, and west star. Because the north star is
Yeah.
always there. Like you can always follow the north star
Maybe
to
that's
go
good. That's
north.
a good, yeah,
Yeah.
observation. Absolutely. And Uriel is in charge of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the fifth, it talks about him being in charge of all of this. Okay. Thus Uriel showed me 12 gates open for the circuit of the chariots of the sun in heaven, from which the rays of the sun shoot forth. From these proceed heat over the earth when they are opened in their stated seasons. Wow. We benefit them sun rays is because the door is open.
Yeah. They open the door on time.
Mm-hmm. We don't even think about stuff like that. We just be like, oh, this sun feel good.
Mm-hmm. Or it's too hot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. From these proceed heat over the earth, and when they are opened in their stated season, they are for the winds and for the ruach of dew. When in their season they are opened in heaven at extremities. 12 gates I beheld in heaven at the extremities of the earth, through which the sun, moon, and star, and all the works of heaven proceed at their rising and setting. Wow. And I think it talks about how we're going to guard 12 gates because the kingdom is coming down here, right? And Revelation,
yeah, because the city has 12 gates. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's a big replica.
And I wonder if each like, you know how there's 12 tribes.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if everybody got their own gate.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be in charge of something to do with that gate.
Yeah.
Like each tribe is going to be in charge of whatever it is that's at that gate.
And what's in it. And yeah, it's going to be, wow. And can you imagine like seeing the stars like up close and seeing it move in its function? Like it's normal.
On chariots.
Yeah, just doing what it's doing.
Yeah.
Like it's normal. Because it's normal for them. But it's not, it's like, what? Wow.
Yeah, we've been so, I don't know, zombified. Yeah. I don't know what to even call it.
Sleep.
Lied to.
Yeah, there you go. Wow. Okay, so where
I don't know yet.
I'm at 12.
Okay.
13. Many windows also are open on the right and on the left. One window at a season grows extremely hot. So also there are gates from which the stars go forth as they are commanded. and in which they sat according to their number. I saw likewise the chariots of heaven running in the world above to those gates in which the stars turned, which never set. One of these is greater than all, which goes round the whole world.
Can you imagine, like,
Yeah.
there are tons of stars and it stays straight.
Yep.
It's in order. Somebody, Uriel know where they all are. Like, your turn. You know their name.
So that reminds me of, like, my kids go to school, right? And the principal know every single kid's name in that school.
See, you got to be paying attention to even know that, because they change.
Kids
every
change.
year somebody go out, new one comes in,
and it doesn't matter. He'd be like, "Hey, Brian, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And I'm like, and he'll just, "Sarah, get to your class." He knows every single class, every single
he's
kid.
Committed. That means
that's over 500 kids in that school.
Yeah.
And you know every single one of them.
He in charge of that school.
He's in charge. Ownership.
Take it serious. Yeah.
It's crazy. And then these stars got different numbers, and they probably all look alike, but you gotta know it.
Yeah, you gotta
like,
know them.
32. You right here. You know, it's a lot to, like, kind of put into.
It's like hard to even think of.
I say they probably all look alike, but they probably don't. They probably have different.
They do to us.
Yeah.
Like, and don't nobody take this the wrong way, but I used to think, like, how you tell, like, Chinese people apart? Like, no, just listen to the whole story. Because some of them look like the same, like when we used to be at church and we used to do, like, toy drives and all that stuff, and you sign your kid up, right? And some of them would take their kid out and then just switch hats and let them come back in, because we couldn't tell the difference. It just looked like a kid until we started looking at the kid. They didn't do that. Still, we started looking at the kid like, dude, we already know that's Patrick. I'm just saying. No, I don't mean that in a racist kind of way. I'm just saying we didn't know. Like, they think we look alike. They think all of us. Well, we clearly don't, but I'm just saying, I don't mean that like in a negative way. I really, truly, truly don't. But they used to do that to us until we really started looking at their face and knowing their different personalities and all that. Be like, nah, that's Patrick. Patrick, really, dude, you just switched your hat. And then they stopped doing it once we realized that's the same kid.
I'm going to go on 76.
I'm sorry, but I promise y'all, I did not mean to sound mean or racist or anything if I did, but that's what they used to do to us.
It's all right. It's okay. You did start off with a disclaimer. She means nothing by it. Chapter 76 in the book of Enoch. And that's not what it says. And at the extremities of the earth. Well, listen, if I was tired, I'm not now. Shalom, Auntie Melly Mel.
Okay, I was like,
if I was tired, I'm not now.
Somebody was on there like, girl, you sound crazy.
Right. Okay. And at the extremities of the earth, I beheld 12 gates open for all the winds, from which they proceed and blow over the earth. 3 of them are open in the front of heaven, 3 in the west, 3 on the right side of heaven, and 3 on the left. The first 3 are those which are towards the east, or towards the east. 3 are towards the north, and 3 behind those which are upon the left, towards the south, and 3 on the west. From 4 of them proceeds winds of blessing and of health, and from 8 proceeds winds of punishment, when they are sent to destroy the earth and the heaven above it, all its inhabitants, and all which are in the waters or on dry land.
Well, that's true. That is, it's tornadoes waiting at a gate.
Ready to be
Ready
sit
to
down.
just, yeah, I'm just here being a tornado.
Hey, that's it. We just here being who he called
Being
us to
who I
be.
am. But I ain't gonna move till he tell me to, and I'm gonna go where he tell me to go.
That's it. 4. The first of these winds proceeds from the gates termed the eastern, through the first gate on the east, which inclines southwards. From this goes forth destruction, drought, heat, perdition. From the second gate, the middle one, proceeds equity. There issues from it rain, fruitfulness, health, and dew. And from the third gate northwards proceeds cold and drought.
I want y'all to notice how the middle one, which is equity, is rain, fruitfulness, health, and dew. All things that are good. So I want you to just think about it. I just want you to think of rain as good. It's a good thing. Instead of, oh, it's raining.
Yeah, it's rain.
We need the rain. See, it's with the fruit and the dew. Come on.
But his rain though, not man-made. Yeah. You know they be making the rain.
Oh yeah, his rain.
His rain. We might be having acid on us. I don't know what this stuff is.
That's what they do.
Itchy acid and got to shower after. Yeah.
It is a difference. You can tell. Yeah.
6. After these proceeds the south winds through the 3 principal gates, through their first gate, which inclines eastward, proceeds a hot wind, but from the middle gate proceeds great odor, dew, rain, health, and life. From the third gate, which is westward, proceed dew, rain, blight, and destruction.
See, that's a different kind. Like, blight is, I think, when it destroys trees and stuff. Yeah.
After these are the winds to the north, which is called the sea, from 3 gates. The 7th gate is on the east, inclining southward. From this proceeds dew, rain, blight, and destruction. From the middle direct gate proceed rain, dew, life, and health. And from the third gate, which is westward, inclining towards the south, proceeds mist, frost, snow, rain, dew, and blight.
Wow.
After these 4 are the winds to the west. From the first gate, inclining northward, proceeds dew, rain, frost, cold, snow, and chill. From the middle gate proceeds rain, health, and blessing. And from the last gate, which is southward, proceeds drought, destruction, scorching, and perdition. The account of the 12 gates of the 4 quarters of heaven is ended. All their laws, all their punishment, and the health of them have I explained to you, my son, Methuselah.
You know what's interesting, as I was kind of in it just jumped at me when you read the North Gate, because I remember Japheth's people got the cold area. So I wonder if this is their gate. Remember, it's always cold, like it's always snowing in some place like Alaska. Some places are constantly cold, like Greenland is cold. Like they got the cold part. So I wonder if the gates are lined up with the land, know.
But then who has destruction and dew and all that and blight?
It was a few gates that did.
Yeah.
So I think it can go either way, right? I was just thinking about the temperature, but I think it's a few gates that had that. So
yeah, it was.
Basically, Yahuwah says I can send it to any country I want, just get to acting up.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a gate near you.
Coming soon. Keep acting. 77. The first wind is called the eastern because it's the first. The second one is called the south because Al Alyon there descends and frequently there descends and is blessed forever. The western wind has the name of diminution because there all the luminaries of heaven are diminished and descend. The fourth wind, which is named the north, is divided into three parts, one of which is for the habitation of man, another for seas of water, with valleys, woods, rivers, shady places, and snow, and the third part, paradise. Huh.
So we know. Okay, the second is called the south because El Elyon there descends, and frequently there descends and is blessed forever. I wonder if that's the part where, um, you know what I'm trying to say, where it's somewhere where the Garden of Eden was, where Adam and Eve.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then he had to come down and judge. So if that's the case, we know that is somewhere in the land of Shem, wherever Shem got their land.
I think so because I don't think you put it anywhere else.
Yeah, they got that part.
Come from that, you know.
Yeah, because remember they got wherever the Garden of Eden was placed. Shem got that.
And then here, the western wind named the diminution, and because all of the luminaries of heavens are diminished and descend. I wonder if that's where the luminaries, like that's the stars and things like that. I wonder if that's the fallen ones too. You know when you see a fallen star because it diminished, it descends.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if it's in that group.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's like where Alaska is, because you know the sun only shines 6 months in Alaska.
Oh yeah, you're right. And darkness.
Yeah. And then it's darkness for
equal
6
time.
months.
Yeah. Huh. It's interesting.
Make you go.
Seven high mountains I beheld, higher than all the mountains of the earth, from which frost proceeds, while days, seasons, and years depart and pass away. 7 rivers I beheld upon the earth, greater than all rivers, one of which takes its course from the west into a great sea, its water flows. 2 come from the north to the sea, their waters flowing into the Euphratean Sea. It's the Red Sea.
Oh, the Red Sea, yeah.
On the east. And with the respect to the remaining 4, they take their course in the cavity of the north to their sea, the Red Sea, and 2 are poured into a great sea, where also it is said is a desert. 7 great islands I saw in the sea and on the earth, 7 in the great sea.
So yeah, when you think so even though this is like really hard to like what is going on, but when you hear something familiar, try to latch on to like, you know what a desert is. So you can think of desert places like Arizona is a desert, Egypt was a desert, the place where they're saying Yashrael is there's a desert right outside. Like, so you just gotta think of these places, and even though this is not kind of hard to understand, just link with as much of it as what you do know, with what you do know about a country, because you can think like, because Ham got the desert, so that's how you know, like desert areas. This was Ham's. And don't think of how the world is divided up now, because it'll jack you up. Because you'll be thinking, wait, but Arizona over here and Egypt way over there. But is it?
Wrong. Is it? And I'm just thinking too, the great 7 islands I saw in the sea on the earth, 7 in the great sea. I'm wondering, could that be something even now?
Yeah, I think of islands.
No, like physical islands, or it's not like
This
double.
is physical.
Okay, it's not a
So
double
are you thinking what are you thinking?
powers or something, seven great powers or
Well,
anything like that.
I mean,
But
you
whose
can think
power?
of it that way because it's countries that have powers. So think of like Cuba, Hawaii, or islands. But then again, this is before the flood. I think more islands kind of came about because of the flood, but maybe not. I mean, that's what they'll tell you. But and then they've been digging canals, so it's it's really hard now to see. But I think Cuba, places like that, Haiti.
Yeah, I was thinking
Island,
maybe could that be like okay, but
yeah.
78. The names of the sun are these. One Aries, the other is Thomas. The moon has four names. The first is Asanya, the second is Ebla, the third is Benesse, and the fourth is Ere.
Yeah, because I think there's four phases of the moon, right?
Yeah.
I know it's whole half, and then it's a little. I think it goes whole half, 3/4, 1/4. Disappears for a minute, comes back whole again. So I guess each thing has its own name.
Okay. These are the two great luminaries whose orb are as the orbs of heaven. Wow. It's the same function as heaven. It moves just like heaven.
Yeah.
And the dimension of both are equal.
Again, it's telling us the sun and the moon are equal. All this stuff is equal. Even though you see the moon in phases, it's not like the moon got chopped off. It's still equal.
Wow. In the orb of the sun are 7 parts of light, which are added to it more than to the moon. By measure it is put in until the 7th portion of the sun is departed. They set, enter into the western gate, circuit by the north, and through the eastern gate go forth over the face of heaven. When the moon rises, it appears in heaven, and the half of a 7th portion of light is all in it. In the 14th, the whole of its light is completed. 3
quintuples
light is put into it. Until 15, its light is completed. According to the signs of the year, it has 3 quintuples. The moon has the half of the 7th portion. During its diminution, on the first day, its light decreases a 14th part. On the second day, it decreases a 13th part. On the third day, a 12th part. On the 10th part. On the 6th day, a 9th part. On the 8th day, it decreases a 7th part. On the 9th day, it decreases a 6th part. On the 10th day, it decreases a 5th part. On the 11th day, it decreases a 4th part. On the 12th day, it decreases 3rd part. On the 13th day, it decreases a 2nd part. On the 14th day, it decreases a half of its 7th part. And on the 15th day, the whole remainder of its light is consumed. On stated months, the moon has 29 days. It also has a period of 28 days.
Because there's a time when the moon just doesn't shine. So it's letting you know the month is almost over, and then when it appears again whole, that's when the new month starts. That's what I said. If you look at the moon, you see a full moon, and it's in the middle of the month or something, that's just proof to you the time is off.
Oh man.
And then some people try to keep up with that, like, it's supposed to be another month. Let's change Sabbath. Like, don't. It's too out of whack. It's too out of
I'm
whack.
glad you said that.
No one's gonna figure this out.
Nope. I always say, as long as you are reverencing the Shabbat,
yes,
because we didn't do that for generations. Now, as long as you restoring your Shabbat,
yep,
don't worry about the
He's just looking for people who want to obey him. Yep.
All right, 12. Uriel likewise showed me another regulation. When light is poured into the moon, how it is poured into it from the sun. And all the time that the moon is in progress with its light, it is poured in the presence of the sun until light is in 15 days, completed in heaven.
Yes, it's 14.
Yep, you're right. Until light is in 14 days, completed in heaven. And when it is wholly extinguished, its light is consumed in heaven. And on the first day, it is called the new moon. For on that day, light is received into it.
First day.
Yeah, on that day.
New moon, there's new moon. That means it's a new month.
Wow. It becomes precisely completed on the day that the sun descends into the west, while the moon ascends at night from the east. The moon then shines all the night until the sun rises before it, when the moon disappears in turn before the sun. Where light comes to the moon, there again it decreases until all its light is extinguished, and the days of the moon pass away. Then its orbs remain solitary without light. During during 3 months, it affects in 30 days its period, and during three months, it affects it in 29 days each, in which it affects it decreases, in which it affects it decreases in its first period, and during the first grade in 100. Let's
Oh, goodness. She's on the moon. She's like, floating.
Speaking in slow motion.
Oh, she has no sense whatever. First, I really thought you was falling asleep. I was like, yeah, nah, ain't nothing wrong with her. She just...
Oh. I was like, what is wrong with this baby? No, y'all. I couldn't take another in the light in the day. My brain was like, what is going? What is too much?
It's a lot.
It's not computing. I'm
Yeah.
like, Father, like what?
Somebody that's really into science or astrology would love this, but for us, I just, like I say, take in what I can of what I can understand. Like all I can tell you is creation is in order. I know when I see a full moon, it's supposed to be a new month. I know the moon goes in quarters, and I know you didn't land on no moon.
I'm trying to figure out, Father, did you help me today? Because I feel like I read Mandarin.
He helped you.
He did? Because I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
What do you have me reading, my Father?
Like when you first read this, don't try to figure it out. That's like whenever I read something new, I don't try to figure it out. I don't look for no deep meanings. I don't do nothing. I'm just reading through it, getting out what I can. I'm just reading it. Because right now I just need to process this first, my ABCs. Then I go back. Like I told you that one book on like the fourth or fifth time reading it, then you start to see different things. Like I can see a little bit more in this now than I did the first time I read it. So I know where you at. And I was like, y'all, could you not make me read this?
I almost asked you to read today too.
I was like, dude,
because
the first day I was like, can I just stop reading this? I don't understand it. And I was like, you're gonna read it because you're gonna learn something.
Well,
and that's just what it takes. Like, we all know we got different gifts, so don't be too hard on yourself. Like, what is going on with the sun and this moon? Don't do it. Just take in what you can. Like I said, whatever sounds familiar to you, take it in, because there are going to be some who are into this who are going to go, what don't y'all understand? It's blah, 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 blah. But that's their gift.
Right. I don't understand what I don't understand. That's where I'm stuck at.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have when we ride home, me and the father going to have to talk. Mm-hmm. Because, Father, how many doors? Who's western? Who?
Yes, so you're trying to figure it out.
How many cycles did we just go through, Father? You know I'm slow. I'm not.
No, you're not. Nobody. This is hard.
I don't be picking it up like that. I don't know.
And he already knows that. But what you do know is somebody been lying to us. Yeah. You picked that up, didn't you? Yeah. There you go. All right. There you go. All right. You do know now how many days is in a year.
There you go.
Yep. You know that. Mm-hmm. You do know when the full moon comes, it's supposed to be the start of a month. You do know that.
Yes.
So that, just from knowing that information, you already know you've been lied to.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There's an order to this. You know ain't nobody landed on no moon.
Right.
All and right. You didn't even see the sun?
Nah. And that was never even taken into consideration. But nevertheless, y'all, we're going to start on the second day of the month. I mean, see, I'm talking about the month.
Second day of the month. When the sun in the third gate.
Listen.
Although I don't know if that's right. I'm just saying. I was messing with her.
Listen, I don't know, but we're going to start on second day.
Yeah.
And we're going to start on 78 and 12 because it's just going to make a better flow to get into 79. Okay?
Yes.
Shalom, Lolo. I wish you would have saw because, man, Auntie Kim and Dad was cutting up. They was cutting up. They was cutting up. You missed it, girl. You missed it. Mm-hmm. But, whoo. Lolo.
Yeah, just don't be too hard. That's said, nobody be too hard on yourself because Yah knows what's up. I'll be trying to grasp all this in one sitting or even if you go back the second and third time, like, don't do it. Like, if it ain't your gift, it ain't. There's some people in the science that will knock this out.
I know, but whoo, okay. Well, listen, Lolo, if you want to read from 72, we started on 72 on 35, and then we stopped at 78. Girl, it's a lot. When I tell you it's a lot to chew on, it's a lot. You can call Papa G if you have questions about this one.
He gonna be like, "Don't call me."
I might be out. Listen, I'm out. Okay, you might have to tag me out on that one. Be like, Bonnie, what was chapter?
But don't, like I said, don't
just
try
saying,
to get too deep.
You might want to hit Papa G on this one. Auntie Kim, you know what I'm saying? Auntie Melly Mel.
They like, don't call me.
The big sister, I ain't got it today. I'm still chewing on it. It was a lot to chew. It was a lot of big pieces there.
Just like I said, take out what you
I know.
There's order. There's perfect order. You know Uriel's in charge, right? Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that. I didn't know
take
that.
What you know. Yeah, just take what you know. First time.
Well, look at that, y'all. We are depending on where you are. You probably are. Auntie Kim was like,
Don't call me.
She said.
That's why I was like silent in that chat. Everybody trying to figure this out. Don't try to figure it out.
You're right. Listen,
Unless it's your gift, don't do it. Your brain, see your brain? I know, because the first time I read it, my brain was fried. I was sitting there trying to figure out, and the Ruach was like, stop trying to figure out, just keep reading. You're going to drive yourself crazy because you know It's not gonna happen.
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
Remember, he had to bring Enoch and Noah up there to look at it, to understand. And they probably was still like, with the East Gate. And they had the angels there that had to be there to help them figure it out. So what makes you think you just gonna figure it out?
All I know is
they had guides.
I did well. Because the many time I want to throw this wig out and just slap it down and just be like, you know what? I don't know. I'm done. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm reading. I don't know what I'm seeing. I don't get it. But I kept it going.
You did.
But I wait till I get in that car. All of this is coming off in the winds, the 4 winds, wherever they're gonna blow through that car tonight. Because baby, my mind is tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Like I was tired before, but I'm mentally tired trying to figure this out. And I know you say don't try to figure it out, but I can't help it.
You know, I know.
What
I
did
know
I just read?
Yeah.
So Father, help me.
I know exactly how you feel.
I'll see y'all on the second day. I don't know what rotation that is, but I'm gonna see you later. I love y'all. We love y'all. And enjoy your Shabbat tomorrow. Don't come confused.
Oh my goodness.
Leave this here and just enter into his gates with thanksgiving. That's my goal. All right. That's my goal for tomorrow. But Shabbat Shalom. We love y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with us.
Shabbat Shalom.
Bye.